for 35 years. This is going to be long. I've known him for 35 years, and I got a lot to say about him. You guys know he was the greatest person in the world, biggest smile, biggest heart. He loved everybody as a parent. I mean, there's 200 people in here plus. This is insane. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Michael Randall Young, Brother Young, 51779-20826. I'm going to be talking about Dash. He was born, he had his death date. We're more interested in his life and the joy he brought us all. Grief is the price we pay for love. It is not a weakness, but a testament to the depth of affection and connection shared with someone. The grief you're all feeling is very justified. He loved big, and you loved him just as much. Don't shy away from the tears or the heartbreak. It's part of the process. It's going to hurt for a while. I met Mike Young on the first day of 7th grade in 1992 at Centerville Junior High. We were both wearing the same overall shorts with one strap hanging off. We pointed at each other, smiled, introduced ourselves, and went off the first period. We ended up having a cooking class together later on in the day and just had to sit at the same table. I got to know Mike as funny, helpful, a little mischievous, and he was that dude I knew I wanted to be friends with. At Washington High School, we played on the freshman basketball team together, and this is where Mike became Brother Young. One day at practice, we're messing around, talking trash. I said to him something like, "Come on, man, you're my brother. You're Brother Young." And from that moment on, he was. Back then, if you needed to be quiet, you pulled up to the Cameron Stock parking lot, yelled out the car window. He'd poke his head out that second floor window, or you'd already be standing outside, standing with a group of people, standing around that beat-up little black truck with a Nike sign, and on the back window. That thing was such a bucket. We went to parties after football games. Most of the time, they were at Megan's house. We went to bonfires at Bonnie Dunes in Santa Cruz or Hidden Valley in Vallejo Mills. I was fortunate enough for him to want me to know his family, and I love that he trusted me to get close with them. Mama, Grandma, Delilah, you guys will always hold a special part in my heart. I love you guys forever. Mikey and Kelly first met each other when they were about 11 or 12 at the apartments. Kelly's family lived across the parking lot from them. They both pretended to date other people, but we all knew they were just playing games like teenagers do, and we're waiting for them to just face it. They're destined to be together. By 2002, 2004, Mikey and Kelly are living in the apartments by Logan High School, and I moved in with Lottenberg in Irvington. Our house became party central. We had weekend barbecues, parties after the bar, invited whoever wanted to come over from the Arts and Wine Festival or, whatever was going on, come on over, open door. We had a big Super Bowl party one year. Brother Young was a staple figure at all of them. It's like he lived there with us. Bob's parents sold that house, and we all moved into Niles to the Casa Arroyo apartments. Kelly and Mikey on the first floor, me and Bob on the second floor right above them. It was chaos. It was chaos, and we loved it. This is where I got to see and feel Mikey and Kelly's love story grow from teenage infatuation to a true forever love. They had just gotten married on Valentine's Day, and they were ready to take on the world together as one. My parents had an old wooden picnic bench that they gave them to put on the back patio of that apartment. We used to sit at that bench all night long, drinking, bullshitting, smoking, playing dominoes. Until the neighbors yelled at us at 3 a.m. for being too loud. Nobody ever beat Mikey at bones. I I swear to God, that dude cheated at every game. The only way he could beat everybody all the time. One time we're playing, he scores a 30 on us to close the game. He slams the domino so hard, it dents the table. He slammed the domino so hard it left an indentation on the table that never went away. He tended to leave an impression on everything and everyone. That table was no exception. I remember looking at it for years afterwards and us laughing, reminiscing about that game and those times. It always made me smile. Then in 2005, Mikey Jr. was born. BY was so proud to be a dad. He couldn't wait to do all the father-son stuff. He wanted to coach his baseball team. He wanted to coach his football team. He's trying to teach him to shave. The kid's barely out of diapers. He could not be more excited. He rode upstairs. Yo, man, Mikey crawled hella fast today. He took his first steps last night. Check out these fresh J's I just bought. Dude, he's barely walking and got new J's. But to be honest, Delilah and Stacy bought him more shoes than anybody. That kid was fitted. Barely 3 or 4. Got a stack of J's and Nike tracksuits, all match. Soon we outgrew the Niles apartments. BY and Kelly moved into a house off of Paseo Padre, and Mikey starts to domesticate himself. He's got a garage, he's got a small yard, and was excited to live the family man life. I got to watch as he grew into the strong father figure he always wanted to be. He's coaching Mikey's Little League baseball team. He's taught him how to be a good, kind person and how to support the ones you care for the most, family and friends. Brother Young finally got his big black truck, and he thought it was the coolest thing on the block. You couldn't tell him anything. He wasn't listening to nobody. He put 2 12s under the back seat and then put Mikey on top of it. I'm surprised you could hear still, dude. Mikey as well. She got on those too. He put a new exhaust on it because it's got to be loud so everybody knows he's coming. He had so many of those damn black ice air fresheners hanging from the mirror. It's like a hazardous waste zone in his truck sometimes. Side note, Bottenberg still drives his black truck, so it's sitting out in the parking lot right now if anybody wants to go jump into it. In 2011, Kylie was born, and Brother Young could not be any happier. He got his little princess to spoil, and Kelly got her mini, so she was no longer outnumbered. Technically still outnumbered because I was the 3rd member. But we'll leave that. Mikey's smile was never bigger than when he got to talk about his little girl. His smile got so big that his eyes disappeared. I'm forever grateful that he loved and trusted me enough to want to be Kylie's godfather. I was honored when he asked me. Soon the young family moved into the Lakeport house, and that's where he really started to live the life he wanted. He had 2 kids and a wife. Minnie the dog came a little bit later. He got his house, 2-car garage to smoke and play and watch sports in, backyard to grill in, and a space to play with his kids. He was as happy as he could be, and he shared that joy with everyone around him. In 2013, I got engaged to my wife, and we could not think of anyone more special to us than Brother Young to join us at the altar and officiate our wedding. He spent the year preparing and getting ordained. He had a speech prepared with a few quotes about love in his Bible. He had a nice suit with shiny dress shoes. When the day came, he was more nervous than we were. He took pride in wanting it to be perfect. He started out great, but nervousness got to him, and he started to do proud of him. Hey, how you doing? Grandma, how you doing? You guys all right over there? I had to interrupt. Come on, dude, we're here for a reason. We got to refocus, and the rest of the ceremony was perfect. It's one of my favorite moments of it. In 2014, 2015, he became a superhero. Brother Young Really young, he had congenital heart failure, and it started progressing fast. His heart was not strong enough for him, and he struggled just to stay healthy. He was in and out of the ICU, and we almost lost him a couple of times. It was terrifying seeing him lay there in a coma. He was alive, but there's no animation in him. I talked to him, tell him that I was there, and we were all praying for his strength. I knew he could hear me. I'd see his eye twitch, the corner of his mouth move, and he's trying to let me know he was still there. Those were some dark, unknown times. He needed a heart transplant. He needed a heart transplant, but the requirements were strict and the list was long. His team of doctors decided that the best chance he had to survive was the use of a left ventricle assisted device, or an LVAD. He's one of only a handful of people in the U.S. at that time to have one installed, and one of even fewer to leave the hospital and live with it for over a year. Super. Excuse me. The LVAD became his heart. He is a walking medical miracle. Not only was he surviving without a fully functioning heart, but he was lugging around about 20 pounds of machines and batteries in his shoulder packs and living a relatively normal life. He's outside hanging out with his friends and family, just living his dream as best he could. Just complete superhero. October 18th, 2015, he gets the call that a heart is ready for transplant, and we all rush down to Stanford and get him checked in. We left expecting the best and headed to the local bar to celebrate. While we're there, Kelly gets a phone call. Unfortunately, this one was not viable, and they canceled that surgery for the night. We're all gutted, but we head back, regroup. Same thing as it was yesterday. 3 days later, October 21st, 2015, another heart is ready for transplant. It's a miracle that we could have two transplant opportunities so close together. They rushed to Stanford Medical. He gets prepped, rushed into surgery. Surgery was a success, and now the long road to the recovery process begins. I go to see him in the ICU, expecting him to be sedated and frail. Dude's like 4 hours out of heart transplant surgery, and he's wide awake. Talking the post-op ICU nurse's ear off, almost to a point where they tried to change shifts. He's got 100 tubes and wires connected to him, all of these carts and things around him, a big giant bandage on his chest, and he's standing up next to his bed, greeting me, ready to go. He really is a superhero. During his years of recovery and other ailments, I go visit him in the hospital and keep him company. He always wanted to introduce me to his nurses. Hey, this is my best friend Paul. My mom calls him QPR. We've been best friends for 25 years. Every nurse started calling me QPR. Every one of them. The ones I recognized, hey, QP, what's going on? They point me to the room he was in. I was a regular there. I loved how happy he always was, even with the monumental struggles that he faced. One time he almost got me kicked out of Stanford Hospital. Some of you know this story. One time he almost got me kicked out of Stanford Hospital. He tricks me into bringing a McDonald's into the hospital. I argued with him on the phone, like, no, bro, they did not tell you could have McDonald's. Yeah, dude, they did. They told me just tell them no salt on the fries. It's cool, bro. I knew his tricks. He's a smooth talker. Sell ice to an Eskimo. I knew it. I knew his tricks. He still got me. So I get it. I drive down. I pick up McDonald's and on University, drive into the hospital. I'm walking down the hallway. I'm starting to notice I'm getting a couple of little weird looks. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. As I'm walking to the third floor room, people are looking at me. I'm ignoring them. Get to his room, give him his bag, give him shit for, dude, I can't believe you made me do this. A nurse walks in as he's got the bag in his lap and a mouthful of French fries. She loses her mind. He gets yelled at, I get yelled at. They snatch the bag, slam the door. Me and him are crying, laughing at the amount of trouble we're about to be in when Kelly finds out. Another time he was having a particularly hard time and was struggling to eat. Everybody's taking rotations so that somebody could stay with him and make sure he's, kind of okay, not by himself at this hard time. Kelly tells me he's refusing to eat, and could I somehow convince him to eat something? I guess. Told him I'd order off the same menu as him, but whatever he ate, I would eat, but we were eating life for life. He knew what I was getting into. I had no idea. He set me up and was not sorry about it one bit. We ate blended plain chicken breast and blended low-sodium lasagna that night. Baby food and cat food mixed together. It was disgusting. He didn't want to eat it, but he wasn't getting McDonald's for me again. He called and asked me to bring him one of his Eagles hats or his jersey or some different basketball shorts or something. He asked me to bring his clippers or his shaver to him so I could clean up his beard or line up his hair when he was there for an extended period of time. He always had to look fresh no matter where he was at. Fresh to death all the time. Even now. He even asked me to bring him cologne to the hospital a couple times. I knew the reason for most of the request stuff. He'd call me because he needed me to be there with him. I provided a sense of security for him while he was in such a vulnerable state. He always felt he had to be strong for his family, but he knew he could let his guard down with me. For the next few years, his health was up and down, but his spirit never wavered. He was always happy to see me, and I was just as happy to see him. We'd sit and talk in the garage or the backyard, drinking beer, watching baseball highlights on ESPN. We'd call just to say what's up. He'd tell me he just got a new pair of shoes and I gotta come check them out when I get off of work. I'd do the same with my shoes, my hats. I'd buy him hats, he'd buy me hats. Or we just wanted to talk about changing the speakers in his truck so they get louder with more bass. Swear to God, monthly that dude wanted to change the stereo. It was never loud enough. Every time we talked, I'd ask how he was feeling. Oh man, I'm good. Just tired of these doctors, tired of this medication. He had every right to complain about his situation, but he rarely did. He was thankful for the life he and Kelly had built and for the love of his family and friends. Whatever happened to be going on, he was happy. It's a strange feeling to be preparing for a death that you're certain is coming and never arrives. Every time he went back in the hospital, we weren't sure if this was going to be the one. Every time he came out, he was back to his old self. He always came out okay. After a while, that became the norm, and we just kind of stopped preparing for death and thought he was going to live to be 100 at that transplant. He was special, and anybody who interacted with him could feel it. He loved so big and so much, it's almost like he knew he wasn't going to have as much time as everybody else. He was a wonderful son, brother, friend, uncle, father, and husband, or any other relation you may have had with him. He was the best, and nobody could compare to him. No one could ever find anything bad to say about him, usually, but I can. He was late to almost everything. He'd have been late today if he could. He was late to everything, and he took too damn long doing everything else. If you were on his time, it did not matter. It was BYT, it was his world, and we were along for the ride. And man, what a ride it was. When Brother Young walked into a room, you felt the energy shift. You were drawn to him, he had gravity. When Brother Young walked into a room, you felt the energy shift. You were drawn to him, he had gravity. He commanded your attention, and everybody wanted to be part of his world. When I knew he was there, I would look for him to cry. I was lucky enough to know that he would do the same for me. I got to share some of the happiest moments of our lives, standing side by side. I got to share some of the happiest moments of our lives, standing side by side with Brother Young. We were brothers, and I left with a massive void in my soul that will be filled with memories of my best friend. He loved watching sports. Garage TV stayed on ESPN. He got to see all of his teams win championships, and I was right by his side for almost all of them. In 2010, we cried together when the Giants won their first World Series in SF. In 2012, we screamed and cheered when they won their second. In 2014, we won 3 in 5 years and could not believe we witnessed a baseball dynasty. Here's the big one. 2018, the Eagles won their first Super Bowl. Go Birds! God, that hurts. I'm a Niner fan. 2018, the Eagles won their first Super Bowl, and I was there to watch it with him and his whole family. It wasn't even my team, but I got to experience it with him, and it was electric. I've never seen a group of people be so happy for strangers. I tried to get the video. I couldn't. The video would not pull up on my phone for some reason. I have a video of the whole family reacting to the end of the game, specifically Charlie and Roddy. I've never seen two grown men happy cry so hard. I'm glad to be a big part of it. The Eagles are forever champions to you, my dude. You unfortunately never got to see the last Super Bowl, but the Eagles are champions as you passed. Fly, Eagles, fly. Yo, man, hold a spot for me in heaven, brother. Yo, I'll see you up there. Thank you.